The Man in the Vents. I've always been a light sleeper. Every little noise wakes me up. Cars passing outside, creaks in the floorboards, even the hum of my fridge in the next room. That's why at first I didn't think much of the faint scratching sound coming from my vents. It was soft, barely noticeable. A gentle rustling, like a mouse scurrying through the ducts. I lived in an old apartment building, so I figured it was just bad insulation or maybe even a small animal. But then it started happening every night, at exactly 2:47 a.m. I didn't set an alarm or anything. It was always the noise that woke me. At first it was just the scratching, but then I started hearing something else. Breathing. Shallow. Ragged. Almost human. I told myself it was my imagination, the way people hear voices in white noise or see shapes in the dark. But after a week I couldn't ignore it anymore. I decided to check the vents. The next morning I grabbed a flashlight and a screwdriver. The vent cover in my bedroom was easy to remove, just a few screws holding it in place. I shined the light inside, half expecting to see a rat scurrying away. Nothing. Just dust and darkness. Still, I wasn't convinced. That night, I stayed up waiting for the sound. 2:47 a.m. Right on schedule. Scratch. Scratch. I held my breath, straining to hear. And then, breathing. Closer this time. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight, pointing it directly into the vent. For a split second, I saw something. Something pale. Something watching me. Then it vanished. I jumped back, my heart hammering. Had I imagined it? Was it a trick of the light? I barely slept that night. The crawl space. The next day, I called my landlord. I told him I thought there was an animal in the vents. He seemed annoyed, but agreed to send someone to check it out. A maintenance guy showed up a few hours later. He was in his late 40s, a little overweight, and looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. "You sure it ain't just rats?" he asked, yawning. "I saw something," I insisted. "A face." That got his attention. He frowned, then grabbed his tools. "Let's take a look." We started in my bedroom, but again, the vent looked empty. Then he had an idea. "Building's got a crawl space," he said. "Runs through all the vents. If someone or something is in there, that's where they'd be." He led me to a small door in the hallway. I'd never really noticed it before, just assumed it was a storage closet or something. He unlocked it and a damp, musty smell hit me immediately. The crawl space was narrow, just big enough for someone to crawl through. Wires and pipes lined the walls. It stretched into darkness. "Stay here," he said, pulling out a flashlight. "I'll check it out." He disappeared into the tunnel, his light bobbing as he moved deeper. I stood there waiting. A minute passed, then two. Then I heard it. A scream. Not a normal scream. A gurgling, choking sound like someone being dragged away. I backed up, my hands shaking. "Hey, are you okay?" No answer. The flashlight was still on the ground, its beam pointing into the darkness. Then footsteps, coming toward me. Fast. I slammed the door shut and locked it. Something slammed into it from the other side. I ran. The escape, I didn't stop running until I was outside. I grabbed my phone and called the police. By the time they arrived, the pounding had stopped. They checked the crawl space but didn't find anything. No body. No sign of the maintenance guy. But there was one thing. His flashlight. And next to it, deep scratches on the walls, like fingernail marks. The police took my statement and searched the building, but they never found him. No one even remembered hiring him. The landlord swore up and down that no maintenance call had been made that day. I moved out the next week. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I wake up thinking I hear it again. Scratch, scratch, and then breathing, right outside my new vent. The end.